Here are unknown facts about Ferrari. Number 1. Ferrari invented the rear spoiler in 1961 because their 246 SP Formula One race car was as loose as Biden's grip on reality. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. Ferrari even tried to keep it a secret by claiming it was a protection device used to keep gasoline from splashing on the hot exhaust. Number 2. Most brands determine the price of their car by first doing a cost analysis, then studying its rivals to figure out what would be the best price. Well, Ferrari does it a bit differently. You see, when a Ferrari is finished and ready to be put into production, Ferrari's CEO, alongside his most trusted advisors, takes the car for a joyride around the track, and they determine its price based on its performance. Basically, the more fun it is, the more you will have to pay. Number 3. Psychologically, color plays a big role in determining what we see in our heads. For example, green, grass, and red, Ferrari. It just makes sense, right? Well, surprisingly, Ferrari's official brand color is yellow, not red. But the reason why Ferrari has always been associated with red is because back in the day, the International Automobile Federation assigned colors to brands based on their country of origin, meaning that Ferrari had to race in red since it was Italy's official color, which in turn made red a very popular color option for their road cars and brand as a whole. Number 4. The Ferrari California was specifically built to target the US 35 market. That is why the word California was written in the same font that the state of California used for their license plates. That same font was used again for the Portofino since it replaced the California. Number 5. The LaFerrari's top speed was electronically limited to 217 miles per hour, even though it could go way faster. And you might be wondering, why the hell would anyone limit a hypercar? Well, Ferrari knew that if it went any faster, people would compare it to the Bugatti Veyron, which would make the LaFerrari look bad since it was more track-oriented. And you know what? They were completely right. Because when was the last time you heard someone mention anything about the LaFerrari other than its lap times? Number 6. When pink? Well, with Ferrari, it is always no, because they have never painted any of their cars pink, and they have publicly stated that they will never ever have pink as an option for any of their cars, and rumor is they will blacklist you if you paint one of their cars pink. But again, it is just a rumor. Number 9. Ferrari's employees are not allowed to buy brand new Ferraris from the factory, since Ferrari reserves their cars for the public due to high demand, which is like telling Stevie Wonder not to look at any clips. Like, why would they work at Ferrari if they could afford one? Number 10. Ferrari only started to make road cars as a way to fund their racing team. And not just that, Enzo genuinely did not like his road cars or his customers. In fact, when he drove to work, which he rarely ever did, he drove one of his 3 Peugeots, a Fiat 128 or a Mini Cooper. Although he did own one Ferrari, which was the 330 GT 2+2 that he got near the end of his life and rarely ever drove. Number 11. Ferrari has the highest profits out of every other brand by a large margin. And just for comparison, Ford makes $3,900 per car. Mercedes makes $5,300. Tesla makes $12,000. Ferrari makes $192,000 per car. Number 12. Now, if I ask you what this car is called, you would probably say the Ferrari Enzo, which is wrong, because this car's official name is just Enzo Ferrari, since it was made to honor their founder. Same thing goes for the LaFerrari, and it translates to the Ferrari. Number 13. Ferrari wanted to save as much weight as possible when it came to the F40. That is why it had wires instead of door handles. It also did not have any carpeting on its floor, because Ferrari decided to use the carpeting to cover the dash since leather was too heavy. And if you think that sounds too extreme, wait till you hear this. Ferrari only used 4 kilograms of paint, which is around 2 liters. And that made the F40's paint so thin that you could see the weaves in the Kevlar body underneath. But apparently most of their customers did not appreciate Ferrari's attempts at cutting weight, so Ferrari decided to repaint those cars with thicker coats, making F40s with original thin coats extremely rare and valuable. Number 14. Ferrari spends over $500 million on racing each year, which is $500 million more than what they spend on advertising. Yep, you heard that right. Ferrari's advertisement budget is zero, which is really impressive, considering the fact that they are one of the strongest brands in the world alongside Google and Amazon. Number 15. In 1964, Ferrari applied to homologate the 250 LM, but the ACI, Italy's governing race body, denied their application because they found out about Enzo's little trick with the 250 GTO. This sent Enzo off the rails, and he swore to never race in Italy's color again. At the American Grand Prix, he rebranded his race team to the North American Racing Team because it allowed him to race in blue instead of red. This move put the ACI under massive pressure in Italy, which is why they decided to give in to Enzo's demands, and they pretty much begged him to go back to red, even though they knew damn well that he was bluffing. But there was nothing they could do about it, because Enzo very simply outsmarted them again. Number 16. This is the 365 GT4BB, which is beautiful, curvy, and classy at the same time, although its name really does not add up. BB stands for Berlinetta Boxer, but Berlinetta means front engine, which the 365 is not, and Boxer refers to the type of engine, which it did not have. Well, as it turns out, Ferrari's designers had a crush on the French supermodel Brigitte Bardot, so they basically put her initials in there and tried to explain it later. Number 17. The 488 Pista has an Alcantara strap on the driver's side to close the door, but the passenger side has a built-in carbon fiber door handle. That is because Ferrari expects the driver to drive like a maniac and the passenger to be scared shitless, so they placed a handle there for the passenger to hold on for dear life. Number 18. The Ferrari F50, which cost $500,000 in 1995, did not have a radio, but that is fine, because who needs a radio when your car sounds like this? By the way, I will be doing this a lot. Number 19. This is the 700 horsepower, 6.5-liter V12 Ferrari Purosangue, which is Ferrari's first four-door, four-seater. Notice that I did not say SUV, because Ferrari still refuses to admit that this 4,900-pound behemoth of a sports car is an SUV, even though it has the same ground clearance as the Santa Fe. Yeah, and Joe does not get lost in the bathroom. What? Different Joe. Number 20. Ferrari did not allow dealers to showcase more than 3 used cars at a time, so people would think that nobody wanted to sell their Ferraris, helping them maintain their value. Subscribe to see more.